Okay, so integral test, let capital F be a, let F be a non-negative decreasing function on semi-closed semi-open. So semi-closed semi-open is nothing but starts with closed brackets and ends with open brackets. This is also an interval. Okay, then the series summation n is varying from 1 to infinity f of n, and the improper integral integral 1 to infinity f of x into dx, or convergent or divergent together, Okay, what is this statement says is, I'm giving you as a in our general words. In our general words, I'm giving you what is our general form of the series summation un. For checking whether is summation un is convergent or divergent, what we have to do is here is, first condition is we have to understand that, we have to observe that un is a non-negative decreasing sequence. Okay, decreasing sequence. Why I am saying sequence? I am not saying series, because of summation obviously it will be increasing or decreasing only, but all the terms, that is u1, u2 and so on, un, all these are positive, then only we can say non-negative. All these are positive and all these are in the decreasing function. That means u1 must be less than u2, u2 must be less than u3, and so on. It will continue. It will not play a much more thing here. So first point is we have to concentrate on whether it is a infinite series of non-negative terms or not. Infinite series of non-negative means it may be zero also. Few terms may be zero. Okay, so no need to worry about that zero. And the improper integral. What is the improper integral? What about n value? N is varying from 1, 2, 3 and so on infinity. When we take on the integration limits from, limits on the integration or finite limits, then it is a proper integration. But here one limit is proper limit and the another limit is a improper limit. That means undefinite value. So because of that reason, we are calling it as a improper integration. So now we have to find integral 1 to infinity un into dn, nothing but f of x into dx. Okay, so this is the thing. If this value is existing, if the integration value is existing, then what we can say, summation un also will exist. Okay, if this integration value is a finite and unique value, then we can say that summation un is also convergent. Summation un is convergent. When it will be summation un is convergent? If integration value is finite and unique value, summation un is also convergent. If integration value is undefined, then summation n is divergent series. So I'm giving you as a note here. Note, this is just way. And if integration value is finite and unique value, then what we can say, summation n is convergences. Then what about the third note? If integration value is not finite, then we can say it is as, then summation n is divergences. Summation n is divergences. So if we do one or two problems, then easily you can understand. So first problem is, here I am taking test for convergence of summation n is varying from 1 to infinity 1 by n square plus 1. Summation 1 by n square plus 1, where n is varying from 1 to infinity. Now here, what is a given function? F of n we have to take. But from this, I am going to consider, let f of x equals to, what is f of x function? We can take here
1 by n square plus 1.
X square plus 1, not n square plus 1. So be careful, x square plus 1. Now tell me, when x is varying from 1 to infinity, x belongs to semi-closed, semi-open infinity. Why it is open? Do we know the value of infinity? Don't know. So if we know the value of infinity, then also we can mention closed infinity. Infinity also with the closed interval. Otherwise, we must mention open interval only. Okay. So now tell me, you take x equals to 1, 2, 3, or any other value up to infinity. The denominator value will increases. Whenever the denominator value is increasing, the total fraction value will decreases up to 0. But it is not equals to 0. So it is always greater than 0 for all this thing. So what we can say, therefore, summation f of n is a non-negative What about another word we have? Non-negative decreasing function. Whether it is a decreasing function or not, check it out. If we take n is equals to 1, what we will get? 1 by 2 we will get. If we take n is equals to, otherwise x equals to 2, what we will get? 1 by 5. So when x is equals to 1, 1 by 2. When x is equals to 2, 1 by 5. When x is equals to 3, 1 by 10, like this. So denominator is increasing, then the total fraction value will decreases. So it is a decreasing sequence or not? Non-negative decreasing sequence. Decreasing sequence or function. So simply I'll mention f of n. Not required to mention summation f of n. Okay, so this is the thing. Now, what is the next step we need to observe? Can we find the integration of un, that is our f of x? Check it out. What is integration of 1 by 1 plus x square? Any formula for that with respect to x? 1 by 1 plus x square.
Tan inverse.
Tan inverse of x. So we are able to find the integration of 1 by 1 plus x square. So we can write it as tan inverse of x. So because of that reason, writing it is as applying integral test. Applying integral test. So In integral test, what we have to take? Integration of f of x into dx. What about the limits on the integration? The limits on the integration must be the limits what are provided on summation. So summation limits are varying from, n is varying from 1 to infinity. On the integration also we have to take limits are varying from 1 to infinity. X is equals to 1 to infinity. So integral 1 to infinity f of x is 1 by 1 plus x square into dx. Integration of this value is tan inverse x. But x limits are varying from 1 to infinity. 1 to infinity. So substitute in place of x infinity, then we'll get tan inverse of infinity minus tan inverse of 1. Then what is the tan inverse of infinity value? Pi by 2. Minus tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4.
Pi by 4.
So final answer is pi by 4. Pi by 4. Therefore, integral x is varying from 1 to infinity. F of x into dx equals to pi by 4 is a finite value. Finite value. If this is finite value, what we can conclude? Hence,
Convergence series.
summation f of n, or you can mention summation 1 by n square plus 1, n is varying from 1 to infinity, is a convergent series. Is there any difficulty? Simply we are. So the first question is summation n is varying from 2 to infinity, 1 by n into log n. So now here I am going to take as f of x. So take f of x equals to, what we have to take f of x? 1 by x into log x. Now I am going to take a integration to this. So integral 1 by x into log x into dx, where x is varying from 2 to infinity. I'm not checking the conditions like all the values must be greater than 0 for all n values, and also we have to check whether it is a non-negative decreasing sequence or not. So you people check it out whether all these are happening or not. Okay, that will happen. That things I'm giving you for your practice. Okay, now I'm going directly for the problem. I'm not going to substitute log x equals to a new variable t. I'm doing like this. You learn a formula in your intermediate. Integration of f dash of x by f of x into dx is equals to, what is the formula of this?
Log of f of x.
Log of f of
C.
x.
Log of modulus of f of x. Log of modulus of f of x. So if you observe, if we take the denominator part of log x, what is the differentiation of log x? 1 by x. So writing this 1 by x into log x as 1 by x whole by log x into dx. A by b whole by c can be written as a by bc because of that. So writing it, what is the integration of f dash by f into dx form is there. So what is the formula? Since log of modulus of f of x, what is f of x here? Again log x. So x limits are varying from 2 to infinity. Applying the upper limit in place of x, we'll get log of log infinity minus log of log 2. So we know the value of log 2 is 0.3010. Log of 0.3010 is some value only. But when it comes to log infinity is infinity. Again, log of infinity is infinity. So infinity minus, I am writing log of log 2. So we'll get finally it is infinity. Which value is infinity? Integral 1 by x into log x into dx is infinity, where x is varying from 2 to infinity. Therefore, we can say that by integral test, we can say that given series is a divergent series. I don't know, few members mentioned got some values in the short box, so it is not correct. Okay, so it's a divergent series. Then going to the second one. What's the second one? 2n cubed by n power 4. Okay, so second question is summation n is equals to summation n is varying from 1 to infinity 2n cubed by n power 4 plus how much it is? 2 or 3?
Plus 3.
Plus 3. Okay, plus 3. Now, what is our un?
3.
This is un. N power 4 plus 3. Okay, so here, what is our un? Un is inside the summation. So from that, let f of x equals to, it is not mandatory you must take f of n only. So you can take f of x, no problem at all. So 2x cubed by, why I'm changing it into x terms? Because of you learned all the formulas of integrations in intermediate in terms of x variables. So applying integral x is varying from 1 to infinity. 2x cubed by x power 4 plus 3. First of all, why should we have to apply integration? Can we find the integration of 2x cubed, that is a 2n cubed by n power 4 plus 3? Check here, it is like our previous formula. Okay.
Sir, by multiplying by 2, multiplying and dividing.
Yeah, do it. That you have to do. Okay. So multiply and divide with 2. So we'll get x is varying from 1 to infinity 4x cubed. Why your friend is saying like multiply and divide with 2? Because check, if you observe the denominator as f of x function, what is the differentiation of x power 4 plus 3? 4x cubed. So numerator contains only 2x cubed. So that we must get 4x cubed. So that multiply and dividing with 2. So is equals to 1 by 2 into, if you observe, it is in the form of, what is the formula? Just now we discussed integration of f dash by f into dx is equals to log of f function. So by using this, we can say that log of x power 4 plus 3, where x is varying from 1 to infinity. So now is equals to 1 by 2 into, apply the upper limit infinity in place of x. So we'll get log of infinity power 4 is infinity plus 3 is infinity. Log infinity minus log of 1 power 4 is 1 plus 3. So we'll get 4. So now again, be careful here. Don't assume that here it is a finite value. It is infinite. 1 by 2 into log infinity is infinity minus log 4. So infinity minus log 4 is infinity. Infinity by 2 is infinity. Which value is this? Integral x is varying from 1 to infinity 2x cubed by x power 4 plus 3 into dx plus 3 into dx. Okay. Therefore, this value is infinity. What can we say? Hence, by using integral test, What can we say? Integral test. Given series is convergent or divergent?
Divergent.
Divergent series is a divergent series. It is not a finite value, student. Few members posted the value is something like finite value. So I'll explain briefly. What about the third point? What about the third case? This is our UN. What we can get if we apply limit integral x by x square plus 1 into dx. Can we find the integration of this? No. But what is it?
Yes, sir.
If you feel denominator is x square plus 1 as f of x function, what is the differentiation of x square plus 1? 2x. So numerator is having only x. So multiply and divide with 2, then you will get 1 by 2 into log of x square plus 1. Where x square plus 1, x is varying from 1 to infinity. Even again, if we apply the upper limit and lower limit, then we will get again, what is that? Infinity only, infinity only. So this is also divergent series. Problem number 3. Problem number 3, you do it. And problem number 4. So now, taking the problem number 4, how we can write in the form of summation? In the form of summation, how we can write? We can write it as like this. So third one I gave for your practice. I left it for your practice. I left it for your practice. So fourth one.
Sir, it is in the form of 1 by n square into sine pi by n.
Yeah, yes. So taking the fourth one. So writing it in the, it is in the form of summation. N is varying from 1 to infinity. 1 by, if you observe 1 by 1, 1 by 4, 1 by 9, 1 by 16, and so on, nth term is 1 by n square. Sine of the angle of sine function, pi by 1, pi by 2, pi by 3, and so on, pi by n, pi by n. Okay. Now, with this, what we can take? With this, what we can take? We can take. So, let summation n is equals to summation n is varying from 1 to infinity, 1 by n square into sine of pi by n. This is the thing. Okay. After this, what we have to do? After this, what we can take? What is the f of x function? Let f of x equals to, let f of x equals to, what is f of x function? 1 by x square into sine pi by x. Sine pi by x. This is our f of x function. When we take f of x, what we have to take? Integration. So that implies integration, otherwise don't mention as that implies. Take or find integral x is varying from 1 to infinity, f of x into dx equals to integral x equals to 1 to infinity 1 by x square into sine of pi by x into dx. Then can we find here? Can we find here? Integration. How can we find the integration here? How can we find the integration here? How can we find the integration here? Any idea? Inside the trigonometric function, the angle is x, then we can do integration. But here, the angle is not x. Then in that case, what we have to do? In that case, what we have to do? We have to go for substitution. Substitution. So we have to substitute pi by x is equals to a new variable. So put pi by x equals to a new variable. Tell me which variable we will take. Can I take y? Because we didn't use anywhere y. That implies x equals to what I can write? Pi by y for the future purpose. Wherever x is there, we are going to write pi by y. But what is the differentiation of x dx? What is the differentiation of pi by y? Pi into minus 1 by y square into dy. So finally, we'll get here dx is equals to minus pi by y square into dy. This thing we need to substitute in our problem. But what about the limits of x variable on the integration? X is varying from 1 to infinity. But here we are converting the total problem in terms of y variable. So we need to find the limits of y variable. So finding limits. If x equals to 1, that implies, what about y is equals to, what is the formula of y in terms of x? Pi by x. So we'll get simply pi. Y equals to pi. And if x equals to infinity, that implies, what about the value of y? Pi by 0. Pi by infinity, it is equals to 0. Students, it's less than 1 minute. So please rejoin whenever the meeting closes. So substituting all these things in our problem, that is our previous step. So I'm changing the color. Integral, I'm going to substitute here. So x is equals to pi by y, that implies 1 by x equals to y by pi. So I'm going to substitute y by pi whole square into sine of pi by x is equals to y into dx. Dx is nothing but minus dx equals to minus pi by y square into dy. These are the things after substitution. Now we are going to do some simplification. I'm going to cancel with the, now check here. Okay, I'll write one more step, then I'll go for cancellations. Then integral y is varying from pi to 0. Y is varying from pi to 0. Then on simplification, what we'll get? Minus pi by y square into, this y by pi whole square becomes as y square by pi square into sine y into dy. Now, if we do cancellations, then what is going to happen? If we do cancellations, this y square gets cancels with the y square and pi cancels with the square. So finally, what we'll get? Minus 1 by pi is a constant. I am bringing it outside of the integration. Then it is equals to minus 1 by pi into integral y is varying from pi to 0 sine y into dy. Now tell me, what is the integration of sine y? Integration of sine y is, I'll see how many of you completed your intermediate. What is the integration?
Minus cos y.
Minus cos y. Minus cos y.
Minus cos y. What about the limits of y variable on integration?
Pi
to 0, not infinity. Don't confuse. 0 chinnadiga sir, 0 to pi kada, atla kaadu. Whatever the limits are available on the integration, in the same order we have to take it. So I am bringing minus 1 also outside. It will become 1 by pi into, apply the upper limit, cos pi minus, cos 0 minus, apply the lower limit, cos pi. What is the cos 0 value? 1. What is the cos pi value? Minus 1.
Minus 1.
Pi into 1 minus cos pi is -1. So finally 2 by pi is the answer. So which value is 2 by pi? Integral
Finite.
x is varying from 1 to infinity, 1 by x square into sine of pi by x into dx value is 2 by pi. So is f is a finite value. Finite value. Therefore, by using integral test, therefore by using integral test, given series summation n is, it is not mandatory to mention summation n, but it is better to use given series is A. Which series?
Convergent.
Convergent series. Convergent series. Convergent series. Another problem, third problem. Show that otherwise test for convergence of otherwise discuss the nature of the series, summation n equals to 2 to infinity 1 by n into log n whole power p. Whole power p is only for log n in the denominator. Okay, discuss the nature of the series. This one for all values of p. For all values of p. So we don't know what is p. So what is a p value? We don't know. So we should not get any confusion and we have to continue with our concept only. So while I'm going to continue with our concept, how to identify that? We must use for this problem also integral test only. How to identify? Any ideas? Already we discussed a problem, summation 1 by x n into log n. So we used integral test. Taking this 1 by n, 1 by n to numerator part. Okay, so here writing like this, let summation un is equals to, or given summation un is equals to, summation n is varying from 2 to infinity 1 by n into log n whole power p. Whole power p. So we don't know about the p value. We don't know about the p value. In general, we may feel that p is a real number because of we didn't discuss any complex number anywhere in this unit. So in general, we have to treat p as a real number. Okay. Now, what we have to consider? Consider f of x equals to, what is f of x function we have to take? 1 by x into log x whole power p. Now applying integration, taking the integration, integral x is varying from 2 to infinity f of x into dx is equals to integral x is varying from 2 to infinity f of x is 1 by x into log x whole power p into dx. Now, here is the important point. Now, please tell me integration of f dash by f of x into dx. What is this formula? Log of f of x.
No.
Okay. This is the formula, you know it. But I'm going to change the formula like this. Can I take this f of x? Okay, on same manner, you are having one more formula. The formula is integration of f dash of x into f of x whole power n into dx. What is this formula? What is this formula? Anybody? At least one student. 1 by n plus 1. F of x whole power n plus 1 by n plus 1. This is the formula of integration of f dash of x into f of x whole power n into dx formula. Now, I'm going to trying to write like this. Integral x is varying from 2 to infinity 1 by x into. Can I take log x whole power p to numerator part? Then what we will get? Log x whole power, what we will get? Minus p into dx. Now, check what is the differentiation of log x? 1 by x only. So now, observe our problem is like our formula, which I given in this rougher since second formula, integration of f dash of x into f of x whole power n into dx. So what is the formula becomes as f of x whole power
minus p plus
1 minus p whole power, oh sorry, log x. So I am writing directly log x whole power minus p plus 1 by minus p plus 1, where x is varying from 2 to infinity. X is varying from 2 to infinity. Now, I am taking here like this, 1 by 1 minus p is constant, bringing outside into, okay, I am writing like this, 1 by, okay, log of log x whole power p minus, sorry, 1 minus p into, sorry, and limits are x is varying from 2 to infinity. Now, apply the upper limit. What we'll get? 1 by log infinity. Yes or no? Yes or no? Log infinity whole power 1 minus p minus, apply the lower limit, log of, sorry, it is 1 by log of 2 whole power 1 minus p. Now, check here. I'm going to explain a very important point here. Tell me here, wait, what is the value of log of infinity whole power 1 minus p? What is the value of log of infinity whole power 1 minus p? What is that value? So I'm stopping here and giving 2 to 3 lines gap and writing here. For example, 1 by infinity whole power 1 minus p. What is the value of p? We don't know. If p is less than 1, then what is going to become? Less than 1. What is going to become? Can I take the denominator part value is infinity? Yes or no? Please respond. For example, 1 minus p value is less than 0. If it is less than 0, then what can we say? Infinity power, okay, I'll take equals to 0. If p is equals to 1, what is going to happen?
divergent.
No, I want value. If p equals to 1, what is going to happen? 1 by infinity power 1 minus 1. So what we'll get here? This point I am discussing. If p equals to 1, what is going to happen? 1 by
1
infinity power 1
power
minus 1.
0.
So 1 by infinity power 0, anything power
1
how we
1
can
sir.
say 1. So 1 by 1 value is 1. It is a finite value. Yes or no? One second. Wait. No, not like this. Wait, student.